Hey, what's up everybody? Once again, I'm going to be working on the S10. I got lots of stuff to do, a bunch of sandblasting. I'm going to paint the hot side piping and get it ready to wrap it. I'm also going to finish cleaning up the manifolds. There's one there and there's one over there. Get ready to paint those, probably throw those in the sandblaster, clean them up a little bit. I'm also working on the lower control arms, getting them ready for paint. I had some cleanup to do on them, which I'll show you. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so I was expecting some parts this week. I have an order of parts coming in, but unfortunately due to some weather, they haven't got delivered. They were supposed to get delivered yesterday. I'm hoping maybe they'll show up today, but have to wait and see. But I did receive my calipers. These are 2000 Camaro. I bought them used. There they are. They're a dual piston aluminum caliper. They're dirty, but they look in really good condition. I got them from this guy right here. I bought them off eBay, but looks like he has a lot of Camaro parts and Firebird parts. If you need any Camaro parts, I guess you could look them up. But like I said, I just looked on eBay, so it's not like I contacted him personally or anything. So those are going to get cleaned up maybe today and painted. I got to go buy some caliper paint for them and get those ready for paint. And like I said, hopefully my other parts will get here soon, maybe today even, and then you'll get to see them. So I got the first coat going, put it on. I'm actually using this VHT flame-proof paint. Works really good. I think it's a silica ceramic coating. It works really good. Like, I put it on my exhaust for the Nova and I haven't seen any peeling or anything. It stays on really good. This hot side piping is going to be wrapped with like a titanium heat wrap. So I'm not going to put a ton of coats. I'll probably put one more just to seal it so it's not going to rust. And it'll keep some of the heat in. I'm also going to paint the manifolds with this same paint, so it should actually look really good. So I'm just going to let this dry a bit and then put on a second coat, and we'll see how the second coat looks. So I got the second coat on there. Looks pretty good. I'm not going to put any more coats because, like I said, I'm going to wrap it anyways. This stuff covers really good. I also painted the wastegate dump. Another thing that I hadn't told you guys about is I went to the junkyard the other day for a quick run to pick up some injectors from a 2010 Chevy truck, which I found out, let me grab one of them. I found out that these injectors, I don't know the part number, but they're from a 2010 Flex Fuel, and they're actually supposed to be 40 to 50 pound injectors stock. If you look at them, they have kind of a weird, if it'll focus there, they have a weird cap, so I don't even know if these could be decapped at all. I also have these ones which came with the intake that was on my Nova. These are also flex fuel injectors, but they're from like an 08. And these ones are supposed to be like 33 pounds or something stock. And these ones can be decapped. So these are probably the ones that I'm going to be using in the truck. But I needed the EV6 plug, so I actually got them off the truck at the junkyard. It was kind of a last minute junkyard run. That's why we didn't bring you along. For that one, I kind of just ran over there by myself. I also ended up scoring a 33 millimeter sway bar off like a ZQ8 S10. It's the thicker sway bar that you can get from the factory. I haven't had a sway bar on the truck for a long time because when I put the air ride in, everyone said take it off because it'd be better for hitting sides and stuff, which I don't really do that often anyways, and it'll make it handle a lot better. So I already sandblasted the little brackets for it and the bolts. They're painted already. Well, they're painted with some rust paint primer, and then I'll paint them black. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll keep doing some stuff. So here's the manifolds. Painted them with the same paint. Put about 3 or 4 coats on. So they actually turned out really nice. They look pretty good. I cleaned up these, painted these for the front sway bar. And then I also sandblasted and painted all the bolts and nuts for like the control arms, the tie rod ends, just pretty much everything that holds the front end together. Gave it all a paint job. I mean, I know it's not that exciting, but it has to get done to make the truck look nice. I could have just left it dirty, I suppose, but figured I'd put a little extra effort into it and clean it up good. There's the lower control arm for the passenger side right there. It's all painted. And here's the driver's one. Just cleaning it up a little bit. Also the airbag. I painted it up too. I'm going to put that front control arm and airbag and everything back in on that side. That's all ready to go. And then after that, I'll get back on the driver's side and get that painted up. Trying to get the front end kind of back together. Once that's back together, my valve springs and that'll be here, and it'll be time to get the engine going back together in the truck. So I got to get this done first. So yeah, that's what I'm doing next. Obviously, I've had this truck together with air ride for a long time. I don't have to do anything. I'm just putting it back in. But if you are putting air ride in a truck like this, you usually have to cut the spring pocket out here for clearance so that the bag doesn't rub. Some guys just cut up here, take a big section out. I didn't have to on here. Also, a lot of guys will run the air line like up through the top somewhere here. This goes through where your stock shock bolt goes. And then sometimes they'll drill a hole beside it and have the air line coming straight up. But it doesn't look very clean, so I actually run it through the frame here. And I put a 90-degree fitting. I drilled a hole and ground it out here. I actually just opened it up more because it was rubbing. This air ride's been in here real long and it never blew a line. I figured I'd open it up a little extra just to make sure that it was good. So now I'm going to stick this in. I put a brand new piece of air line here, change it up. Those air lines have been in there for over 10 years, so I figured I'd throw some new ones in while I have it out. And then I'll get this airbag mounted back in there, and then I'll get the control arm on. Got this control arm on. The tie rods I cleaned up and painted. The center link. That airbag is in with new line and everything. Ready to go. I have this control arm painted. I still have to paint the bottom side, but I actually ran out of paint. I got quite a bit done so far today. I'll probably keep this video going for tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. What's up, guys? I came in the house and then I decided to bring the hot side, which I painted earlier, as you saw, and I'm gonna wrap it. I got this titanium wrap. It's 1 inch, but it's 50 feet long, so I'm hoping it's gonna be enough. I'm gonna unwrap it and then I'll start on it and I'll show you how it works. It's actually not too bad to wrap. I had 50 feet and I used every single bit of it to wrap this. But I think it looks pretty good. I like this titanium wrap. I never did it before. When we did the shit horse, Mike and Clayton did it. So it was pretty cool. You just start at the beginning and pull it tight as you go and keep going until you're done. And then it comes with these stainless steel clamps to put. I put one there. I put one there because this was a separate piece that wraps around here and then goes down. And then I put one there just to hold it in place so it doesn't come off. But yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Alright, so I'm out here. It's the next day. I'm going to continue getting the front end together. I got that control arm painted both sides. So I'm going to slap that in right away, get that all bolted up. Clean the sway bar up and paint it so I can get that on. I actually got those parts in that I was waiting for. Okay, so got the valve springs. They're trick flow, but they're made by Pack, and they're exactly the same as the 1218s. Apparently, they're just sold through trick flow, so that's all good. Basically the same price that you can get them off of eBay and stuff. So I just ordered them from Summit because the shipping's cheaper, and especially getting them to Canada and whatnot. I also ordered new valve seals. They were only like 20 bucks. I figure I might as well throw new valve seals in while I have while I'm changing the springs. I got this fuel fitting that I need to go off the fuel rail to the fuel regulator. I got these longer wheel studs, which is for the front brake conversion. They're basically just the stock ones. I don't know if I can get one of them out of there. Whatever, you get the idea. They look like that. They're just longer than stock, so that because the rotors are thicker. Then I also got stabilizer link kits for the front sway bar. Came in blue. They're a little lighter blue than the other stuff, but that's all good. I also got another 3.5-inch U-bend for the exhaust to finish where I ended off to get it right under the truck, and then I have straight pipe to do the rest of the way. And these are cam bearings, and these are main rod bearings for the Shithorse 5.3. I also ordered rings and main bearings, but they were out of stock on them, so I just canceled them, and I'm going to reorder them probably in a week or two so that we can get going on that. We could put the cam bearings in the 5.3 for the shit horse. If we get a chance, maybe this week, we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna throw this controller on, get that all bolted up. I got the sway bar to clean up still, the steering box, clean and paint, and hopefully get all that stuff on. And then I also have to do the upper control arms. And then once that's done, then get working on that brake conversion. I have all the parts now. Everything's been machined and ready to go. So obviously that'll be a separate video, but that one should be a good one. I cleaned it up, got all the rust off. I used the flap wheel. Someone was asking what a flap wheel is. This is a flap wheel. This one's obviously used up, but it's these like glued on pieces of sandpaper, and it helps keep the welding cool rather than using like a grinding disc. So I'm gonna give it a coat with this self-etching primer first. It's supposed to help stop the rust, and then I'll paint it black. I got the sway bar all painted as you saw up there, and now it's on the truck. Mike is here, right there. Hey. I got him to help me put the sway bar on. So there it is, stabilizer link kits. It actually came in blue. It's kind of a lighter blue than the other stuff I have for it, but so
I'm amazed that the cheapest link kit comes with a matching color of the truck.
And they're polyurethane, the bushings too. And they were only like $5.60 a piece from Summit. So, but yeah, there's the 33mm sway bar. That's on, and then I got the steering box sandblasted, and I painted it with that etching primer. So I'm gonna give her a paint job and then get that on there. All right, so I got the steering box all painted up, and it's on the truck now. I think it turned out pretty good. Like I sandblasted most of it. It had red paint on it before, so I wanted to get that off of there, so if it got scratched, you wouldn't see the red. I really like when I sandblast stuff, and then you can see the all these markings and numbers. I don't know why, but I really like it. So I think that looks really cool. So yeah, that's all on there. So the front end is pretty much almost done, except for the upper control arms I still have to do, and then the brake job. So I think probably the next video will be the doing the pull brake upgrade and all the modifications we had to do, and Clayton did a bunch of machining at his work. So should look forward to seeing that. That should be pretty good. And Mike farted.
There's been a lot of talk about merchandise and getting some t-shirts going for the SPPTV YouTube channel. You guys have been asking for it, and I'm glad to say it's almost here. We're about to have some merch for sale for you guys. We're gonna be working with the company Local, and we're super excited. We were checking out their products today. We're gonna go have a meeting with them and talk to them. So look forward to some t-shirts, possibly sweaters, beanies, whatever else we figure out you guys want to buy coming soon. Drop a like as always, because likes are good and they help us out. Share with your friends. Be a good subscriber. SPPTV Army to the front. Motherfucker.
And yeah. So until next time, like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll check you later.